Okay, hi guys, it's Ruby.
And Ram.
And today we have another guest on our podcast. This is actually our Christmas episode, guys. So, Merry
Oh my
Christmas.
god.
But our guest today is Sage.
Hey. Oh my god.
So basically, this is our Christmas episode, as I was saying. So we have like the Christmas lights you see, and then Rem has his why are your lights not red or green?
Want me to do it right now?
Yes.
You're just not telling me. Okay.
Okay, period. Now we all have Christmas lights. Period. Okay, so today's topic. What's today's topic gonna be again? I forgot.
The events that changed our lives, or certain people that changed our lives, I should say. Because let's just say, someone really dramatically changed my life. At first, I said they ruined it, but little did I know they actually. I wouldn't say ruined because I think it was changed for the best. I would say.
Yeah.
Were they hot?
No.
Okay, start with your story. Go.
Okay, so my story starts back. I don't even know what year it was. Let's just say my mom. She starts her first job at this homeowners association. She was like the homeowners association of like a certain area, and one of her coworkers will call her A. Her and A like became friends a lot of time because they worked together a lot of jobs, and over the time they would like just hang out a lot more, like normal work stuff, that stuff. They never really hanged out outside of work, other than like summer, where like they included the kids between me and their children. However, like she was known by me a lot, or like we knew who she was like a lot. We didn't really know who she was up until 2020, where okay, so at the end of 2019 is when my parents like split up. They didn't divorce, but they split up. And during that time,
Like they
my mom,
out or what?
like they moved out of each other's houses because like my mom, like they couldn't live with each other because like all they did was like argue.
Like a break, right?
Yeah, it was like a break. It was really like it was kind of supposed to be breaking each other, but like my mom was, I think, just born.
know that when a relationship takes a break.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me actually explain why. Okay, I'm not getting into this. So my dad left out of town, and my mom started going out with A lot because it was during like the Astros World Series, and you know how Astros get. They want to go out to watch the game. They would go out,
crazy.
and so we want to go. They went to a pizza lounge, and I went with them sometimes because I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I don't mind chilling here. And my mom caught up with like some old friends a lot, and A was with her a lot of time because A encouraged her to really go out because back then, whenever she was doing A is my mom's friend, the other woman. Anyways, she encouraged my mom to go out a lot of the time, and because of that, because before that she never really went out, not because like she wasn't allowed to, but mainly because she just didn't want to, because like she was just kind of like someone who went to work, like someone who went to work and kind of like go home. Yeah, she wasn't like really inverted because like she like socialized with a lot of people, but it just wasn't in her nature to just like go out. Yeah. Anyways, but when she started going out a lot more, she started like making more friends and all that stuff. And my dad didn't really like the idea because she was like, well, who else did you meet while I was gone? Because like, you know, shit like that. And so my mom started getting this an idea like, oh, I want to start doing this more, like going out more. And like my dad didn't like the idea because my dad never did that. My dad never like went to work and then went out and then like come home, because he just went to work and then went.
My dad did.
So
my dad never came back.
They really like.
I just thought I should throw that in.
And so what happened was, girl, you caught me off guard now. I need to like didn't really think what I was talking about. And because of that, they kind of got into a lot of disputes, and so they separate each other. And that was like near the end of 2019. So skip over to 2020. My mom gets an apartment, and like it was right next to a movie theater. And I just dropped it. It's fine. It don't matter. And she moved in the apartment. Guess who happened to live at the apartment and encouraged my mom to live in the same complex as her?
Let me guess. It was A.
It was A, because my mom turned to A for help whenever she was like deciding like where she should live, because I guess during that time whenever she left my dad's house, she didn't really have anywhere else to go, so she went to A's house. And because they were together, I guess she like stayed at her house for a bit, her apartment technically. And so when we moved into the apartment, I was psyched because I'm like, oh my god, cool. I think I was psyched because it was my first time actually. It was a new place, but like, it was something new because like it was just my mom's house. Like it wasn't like it wasn't my mom and dad together. It was my mom, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, new house. It was also an apartment. I never lived in an apartment before. It was my first ever apartment. It was nice. It was pretty nice. And so during that whole summer, they went out a lot of times, I'm guessing. They went out, and sometimes like they would also have other friends that like come over to the apartment, and like all this other stuff happened. And then COVID hit. COVID kind of messed up a lot of stuff for my mama because like we had to do everything at home, and like during that time she was living with her. During the time we weren't living at the apartment during a lot of time. We were living at her boyfriend's house, but that's a story for another day. Anyways, it was like I think back in August when we moved back into like officially kind of like went back to our apartments, and they started like talking again, like hanging out again, and like that around August is whenever COVID started to kind of like die down just a little bit. Like cases were still up, but it started dying down a bit. Well, my mom gets COVID, and guess who else gets COVID? A, because I think one night they went out, or like one night they went out with they went to each other's houses.
Oh and, my god, this is so like movie. Like imagine.
Yeah, and so A got pissed off at my mom because she accused her. Her saying, "You gave me COVID. Like, why the hell would you do that?" But it wasn't also just that. It was just that like I think there was other stuff. Like that's what my mom told me, but something tells me that something was more going on behind the scenes, like more of just like talking shit wise. And so that's like I think. Oh, girl.
Like your mom was talking shit, or A?
I think A first talked shit, and then my mom did.
I thought you were talking about.
I thought
no, that's
about.
I thought no, hell no.
That's why you saw my arm going up because I wanted to go.
No, hell no, ain't no way.
What?
Anyways. Okay. Anyways.
What's wrong with lesbiones?
There's nothing wrong with lesbiones except that I'm gonna describe A for you. When you look at her,
does she got money?
Hell no, she freaking.
Everyone's a pony, and they all eat rainbows and poop butterflies.
That's beautiful, Katie.
If she had money, why do you think she'd be living in an apartment?
Because some people, Eddie lives in an apartment. His family has money. Okay,
well, get this. Like, if you first look at her, she's a midget, or you would mistake her for a midget because she's that small. And like her,
like Ruby,
not like Ruby. So there was a time where like they just stopped on each other, and like I was friends with her kids for a little bit. Until like they stopped talking to each other, so we stopped talking to each other. And like there was one day where we went to the pool, and I think that was the last time I ever talked to A, because like she was just asking about my mama, like, oh, how's your mom been? I'm like, she's been good, and all that stuff. Okay, and then turns out, okay, so then afterwards, my mom one day, I think, my mom gets okay. Well, I'm trying to remember how the story really went. Okay, so my mom. I think my dad ended up complaining to my mom about what happened one day. After like they had like a huge fight. A started getting really like pissed off about like the shit that my mom started saying. So she tried to like get this. Okay, so it was A and another woman named B. We'll call her B. And like they once tried to invite my dad to lunch just so they can like try to talk shit about my mama. And all that stuff, saying like, oh my god, like he like, oh my god, like the mom said so much shit about you, and like I can't believe that she'll even ever do that to you. Like I would never. Meanwhile, she was the one that encouraged my mom to like freaking leave my dad and go out because she said that my dad was too controlling.
I did that.
Even though my dad was not even controlling in the slightest. He did not care. He just think that he just basically shared his opinion on thinking that I don't think you should be going out all the time.
I did that one time.
And so what happened was like my mom was pissed when she found out. And I almost said her name. A tried to get with my dad, but my dad was not interested in the slightest. Like he was like, listen, you're my wife's ex-friend and I do not want anything to do with her, and like I don't want anything to do with you. He said, shut up, Maggie. Exactly. And like my dad had no interest in her. But the damage was done and my dad and my mom was furious. And not only that, like I think afterwards my dad and my mom started talking again. But then after she started saying that shit, like she started ruining their relationship more and more. And my mom technically said that she ruined her relationship because she was the one that kept telling her, go out, leave your man, because it's not worth it. Like you deserve better freedom, you deserve all this. And like my mom was like, it was new to my mom. She never experienced any of that stuff. So of course she listened because she never had friends. And so she also said all that shit like bad. Like also the fact that like the A said so much shit about my mom. And I think she also started saying shit about us. I think that's why like my mom started talking shit about her and like her kids too. And so they like really did not like each other. And like the fact that like A will start accusing my mom of like the littlest things and like talk so much shit about her around the job area to her friends and to her job, like that just did not make it any nicer. And okay, get this. My mom had still friends with this one lady that she went with in high school. And like they were friends a lot of the time as well. Like even they didn't work at the same place, but they were still friends with each other. Tell me why A tried to convince my mom that her high school friend was fake as hell and that she should drop her.
Oh, so she was gaslighting.
She was gaslighting, basically.
You know what stage gaslights me?
But like this was
gaslight
worse.
you.
Bro,
No, I don't.
Why did you say that?
It was
You'd be like, said what?
This is worse though. Like this is worse.
I know,
and
but
like,
sage gaslighting me is worse. Is bad too.
I've never gaslighted Ruby. Literally never.
anyways.
You know why y'all shouldn't trust him? Because before I started recording, he was drinking Dr. Pepper, and as soon as I started recording, he started drinking water, trying to be all healthy, trying to be all aesthetic for the camera.
I have so much water. I just wanted a Dr. Pepper, okay? And I was still drinking it in here too, so don't fucking play with me, bitch. Stinky ass pussy.
You were drinking Dr. Pepper in a water bottle? And you're talking about me being stinky?
Who the fuck said that?
Who
the fuck said I was drinking Dr. Pepper? Flashback. And I was still drinking it in here too, so don't fucking play with me, bitch.
Water bottle.
I was still drinking it in here, and you picked up a water bottle like this.
I got more waters too. Don't play with it.
Don't pay that shit back, because what the fuck? You see what I mean? And I don't gaslight Ruby. I don't. Anyways, okay, continue your story, Reb. I don't gaslight Ruby.
Anyways, so they hadn't talked to each other for like about a year.
Oh, someone's frozen. Oh, never mind.
Baby, no one's frozen.
You look like you're mid-orgasm.
Reb?
Yes!
Me? Girl.
Like one of your eyes was like, and y'all. I swear on my mama, you were frozen.
It was his doo-doo
on my
Wi-Fi.
side, bro. He was frozen.
Yeah, it was your doo-doo Wi-Fi.
Ugh.
Baby,
Yo,
'cause
doo-doo
he
has
wasn't-
breath coming through the fucking screen. Go
Baby,
ahead,
your
Rem.
doo-doo
Finish your
had
story.
camera.
Finish your story.
It's giving. Go like this. Go like this for me real quick. Let's see.
You're doing the same shit, bitch. Fuck it. Yeah,
on
your camera doing the
OBS?
same shit. Your
On
camera doing the
OBS?
same shit.
It doesn't show it on OBS. It might be Discord. I don't see it on OBS. Weird.
Okay. Shut the fuck up. Let Rem finish his story. Go
Bitch,
ahead.
why did your camera get darker?
Whose?
You.
Does it not get darker?
It did. Bro,
I don't see it getting darker. I only
because
talking
my
about it a little
camera's
bit.
so bright. I'm just getting used to it.
Yeah, fucking bright ass.
Can I talk now? Because you keep interrupting me.
A whole new world. But wait for him to realize that he's server muted. He's speaking. He's spitting straight facts. Like, this is a very heartwarming story.
Okay. All right, that's the story. Stop. My mom hates it a lot of time because she accused her of ruining her marriage and like not making any sense.
Sorry, sister, can go.
Okay, and okay, so my mom had they basically. Girl, because if I'm speaking, you can.
It's because I went like this and my neck like cracked. Like,
Girl, that's normal. It's just your bones. You gotta stretch your bones.
no, but see, that side didn't do it, but this side they do it. And I was laughing, but they couldn't even hear me. I had muted myself on OBS, so you were completely fine. You just look psycho.
Oh, she is sweet, but a sign.
No, bitch, she was not sweet.
I am sweet. Fuck you.
No, you're not.
Your mama.
Yo, mama.
Your mama and A. Yo, mama and A. Yo, mama and A.
I love how y'all are trying to make like, oh, mom and A were, but that never happened. And now, and like just thinking about that makes me cursed.
You don't know that. You don't know if your mom and A did
They
the
were
scissor.
never doing that.
You don't know that.
I did the scissor thingy in last episode. If you want to go see it, it's right there. Point up, Rem.
You scissored someone?
Point right there. No, I didn't. I didn't scissor. I went like this while you were talking, and you didn't notice.
I didn't notice. I just Sage was kept talking. And I was like, oh, I'm not paying attention to Sage more.
You
Yeah.
mean toast?
Wait, you're talking about last time?
Last episode.
You did you did scissors last time for what? For what story?
Go watch it now.
All right, go watch it because I didn't see it.
Stop, bro. Here we go. Continue the story. Hurry up.
All right. Don't tell me to hurry up. You're the one that's fucking stalling the whole time talking about fucking scissors.
And I'll do it again. What is this?
It's just the clit. Like, just bumping the clit.
That's disgusting. I'm gonna continue
I
on.
thought their legs like they were.
I'm
doing
pretty sure.
yoga.
I'm pretty sure A's clit was pretty saggy. Like you could like it literally flopped every time she walked.
Did you hear it go?
No, it went like.
What?
So it was more like, hello.
Yeah,
Ew. At least you know it was wet though.
it was not wet. It was dry.
She
She
did-
just had it wet because she pissed herself a lot.
Oh, so it sounded like. She's getting rug burn on her pussy.
Are you guys' hands warm or cold?
I'm always warm, bitch.
Yeah, my hands are warm. That's why when earlier we were playing Valor, I was going like this to try and warm my nipple.
On your titties?
I was sitting like this the whole game.
Oh yeah, because she was like, my titties are cold, my nipples, they're hard. Oh my god.
They were.
Okay.
They are
Okay,
right
so
now.
she's still
right
warming
now,
them up.
too.
Let's continue the story and then we can like talk. We can talk more about like y'all's freaking obsession later on.
Cold
All right.
titties.
Yeah.
What?
Ew! Why'd you do that? I just see freaking Sage go like freaking stick his tongue out.
I'm licking my piercings.
This one is hard and one is not. That's so weird. I've never had that happen. Anyways, continue the story.
Okay. All right. So
continues to rub
I
her
can't even.
titties.
I can't. Yeah, she's rubbing her titties. She's trying to freaking make it hard again.
So,
She's like, I'm sorry, this one's soft, so I have to even it out. Ignore me. I'm sorry. I'll excuse myself.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Anyways, all right. Let's fast forward to like a year later. My mom meets her now current boyfriend. You know her. You know him, Ruby.
Uh-huh.
And they still continue to go out, which I'm like, ugh, I hate when they go out, but it's whatever. She can do whatever the hell she wants in her life. So they go to a lot of places, you know, like bars, bar hops, all the shit. She goes to a bar one day. She sits at the bar. She's with some friends and her boyfriend. Guess who walks in the door? The bar. After almost a year later of not talking to her or ever seeing her. It was A. And
Gag.
when my mom saw her, she was like, "Oh hell no!" Or she was like, "Hell yeah!"
She was ready to
She
fuck some shit up.
was ready to fuck some shit up because she had a lot of built-in rage. Because like the following years after like the whole shit went down have not been too kind to her, and so like she was ready to take her frustrations out, and like she had people around her to like hold her, like just keep her calm and all that stuff, and like even her boyfriend was like, "Hey babe, don't do it," just like ignoring her, like she don't even worry about it, and she's like, okay, and like I don't think A realized she was in the bar up until like near like the area near the end, kind of like it. I think she was sitting down, she was like looking around the area. Then when she sees my mom, because my mom was looking at her too, and she saw my mom, and she said that she had like a shocked look on her face, like she was about to like freaking like she was scared almost. And like my mom even told her friends, and like even when she's like, she comes up behind me, I know what she's doing. She goes behind people, just talk shit about them. If she's trying to talk, she's talking shit about someone, and she goes behind them, she secretly points at them. And like points at them to
That's
see
so
who she's referring to.
Bitch, I won't point. I'll
And
point at the one right there.
And so
Bitch.
my mom said she comes crossing behind me, I'm about to freaking get up and beat the shit out of her. And so lo and behold, like they got up, but I don't think she went behind her. They were like trying to like they went behind her, but just to like leave, I guess, because like I guess they're trying to get out and all that stuff. And I think on the way out, I don't know if this was the same day or not, but my mom found like key scratch marks on her car. Like someone keyed it. I don't know if that was the same day, and I don't know if it was her specifically or if it was always there and like it was just convenient. But oh, girl, she was not happy. And then there was a different day where my mom once again went out. I don't think she went out with her boyfriend, but she was with another guy. Because I think the guy was dating like her friend, and they went out all together.
Mm-hmm.
And she came again, but this time she was with her daughter. And this time they actually started arguing with each other. And the daughter even started talking shit about her. But girl, my mom served. Like she talked that daughter down. Because little something a fun fact about A, her apartment only has her dad, the older girl, her older daughter, and her two younger sons. That's 5 people in a 3-bedroom apartment. And as you could have told, I didn't say a daddy. And so my mom started talking shit a lot because like freaking the daughter was all like, oh, like you're such a fucking whore, like you fucking like all this shit. And then Angela kept, I can't say her name. I said her name. Bleep it out, please.
We're editing for Ruby.
Yep.
Pause. I'm not on my phone, huh? I'm fucking looking at my braces, you dumb bitch.
So how the fuck did you see my message, bitch?
Cause I saw it on that screen, and then I was like, wait, let me, instead of clicking off of this screen, because this is the screen that's recording, I looked on my phone. What? For what? For what?
Ruby's mic is all freaking fucking up again. Like the like
It's her rose toy.
she got a rose
She agreed.
mic.
She said,
What?
yeah. She said that's what A was using.
I'm recording. Not right now. Wait till I'm done. Okay.
Wait like 2 hours.
You don't go to sleep till like 6, so he don't care.
Who?
Why did I just mute it? Bitch, I'm stupid. My little brother. Anyways.
Okay, so my mom clapped back at her, saying shit like, "Oh, then where the fuck is your fucking dad at, bitch?" And like recently, she even talked shit about the younger kids too, because I think A and the goddaughter were also talking shit about me and my brother.
Okay,
And
fuck
so
them
my mom,
kids.
and so my mom also went personal. She's like, "Oh, then why the fuck is your oldest son fucking having to live with his dad because he fucking has assaulted your younger son?" And she went there, and oh girl, I think A was furious.
That guy
Like,
me.
like
My
she was,
kid.
yeah, and like girl, like like you never go for like the family members, but she knows that too. But like she was like, okay, you want to come for my kids? I can go for your freaking family too.
I'm
Like
sorry, but if
you
A's
have
sitting
way
there
more.
and she's a whole ass grown adult with kids and everything, and she's acting like she's still in high school, baby, you need to go see a psychologist or a therapist. One of the
Like exactly,
other.
like she's like I think she was having a fucking middle age crisis or some shit. Like it's not cute at all. And like her daughter is like her daughter is also a freaking grown adult, and like I'm pretty sure she don't even like her own mama either. Anyways, so then like my mom just has a lot of spite for her, and she even swears that if she even ever sees her again, like she's gonna be here the fuck up if she even tries to say shit again, and that she's not scared to fight her at all because my mom can take her. Compared to the height difference, like my mom's right here, she's like right here, and like I think one day, I think we went to Kima, and it was because it was during a festival, and like I think she was also there, but I didn't see her. But my mom said she saw her, but I didn't end up seeing her.
That gives me flashbacks to the fucking when I saw this girl. Okay, so there's this girl that's been my friend, my mom, like friends with my mom, and and my mom and her got into this argument, which I'll tell the story like after I'm done. But when I saw her at the quince, bro, she was pregnant again. I was like, girl, she has 8 kids now. 8 kids, all different daddies.
You fucking
my
delayed as a
siblings-
reaction.
All my siblings have different dads.
But 8? Like 8?
My brothers don't all have different dads than me, but my sisters do, so that's 4 of us. But I have 6 brothers. I don't know.
That's too complicated for me. I'm not doing that. But see, 4 different dads, that's bad, but that's not like horrible. 8? And then I'm talking about like not even like there was not even a difference. It was year after year after year after year after year. Hell no. Anyways, okay, continue.
Okay, I'm already reaching the end.
So
So like I basically like to end it off saying like don't always like it's kind of like what we did last time. Your friends don't always have good intentions. Also, I say she ruined my life, because if it wasn't for her, like freaking like I would still my parents would probably still be together. I'd probably still be living in Pearland. I can't say that city. I don't want to say the city because then I don't want them.
yeah, we don't want to get dogs.
Yeah. Okay. So like let me start saying that. If I still lived in that, if she wasn't for her, my parents would still be together. I still would have lived in the town I used to live in. I still would have probably still had my old friends in my old school. And I wouldn't have to like go through all this shit. But then when I really think about it, I'm like, you know what? She fucked up a lot of times, but like, I don't want to say it's up to her because really it wasn't really mainly her. It was just also mainly other issues. But like, I think with my family splitting up, like it was probably for the best because like they tried to get together, but like it just didn't work out with them. I think they're too long gone after each other. They of course still have a lot of love for each other. However, they just like need to like they think they're just better off as friends. And
That's
like
the thing, sometimes it doesn't work out, but that's okay.
yeah, and like sorry, I hear like banging, but that's my sister.
I heard it too.
Oh, she's also on her computer.
Santa Claus.
She's doing the trend. Well, how does it go?
The ceiling trend, where you put the phone on the ceiling and you twerk. Have you seen that, or am I?
I've seen the trend.
No, but how does banging have to do with that? Baby, I'm talking about the.
Maybe she's getting to it. What?
Boobies. Continue what you're saying.
I forgot what I was saying.
Okay, that's because you wanted to stop and be stupid.
Oh, it's a trend where you knock on the door. I'll put it on the screen, but you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Where it's like, I forgot how the song goes, but they're playing a song and then like it's like,
Oh, I hear your heart.
Yeah, that.
To the beat of the drum. Oh, the same. I every time I hear that song, I just think of that one of her actually singing in the subway or in public. Like, I hear your heart beat to the beat
why
of
did
the
your
drum.
voice
And,
get
like,
so
people-
high?
Because that's how she sang it, and like she's like people were just looking at her and stuff, like the fuck. Okay,
I
anyway,
said,
all right. Let me hurry up and end the story.
Wait, look at my melanin bracelet. It has the date 0 and then it says portals.
I'm actually making matching TV girl bracelets right now.
Your mama.
Okay. So the end of the story, like, she ruined my life. She ruined our lives, but like, or she didn't ruin it because
She just had
no
a
one,
very big impact.
no one ever ruined my life. It had an impact on our lives. Well, what she did, and a really big impact on my mom's life, especially, mainly her. But like, she got over it, and like, my mom, a lot of shit came during 2020 that knocked my mama down, but like, that will never. She will always get back up on her feet.
Well, think about everything happened to reason. Because if that didn't happen, your parents wouldn't have separated, and then your dad wouldn't have moved where he moved, and then me and you would have never been able to, like, I'm pretty sure we would have probably never met.
Because
and then we would have never hung out, and then you would have never had got a PC, and then you would have never had like enhanced your streaming career, etc., etc., etc.
I'm pretty sure if like I didn't do it, I probably still would have been like a nerdy ass boy, like still in the closet, scared to come out, all that shit.
I mean, I can understand why you were scared to come out though.
It's because like during that time, it's like I was always told like you can't, like these aren't like the people you want to be or you want to associate yourself with, or et cetera, et cetera. And then like when I really started thinking about it, I'm like, am I this and that? And like my dad first like was just like going through the motions and all that shit.
Okay,
He's still all that shit. And yeah, that's basically the end of the story. I don't know. I have no business on ever seeing her again because I don't even think she lives in that apartment anymore. I'm pretty sure her ass got kicked out. I will say that her ass is always with someone new.
Oh.
But she will never shoot those kids. I feel bad for those kids because they'll probably never be able to like see their peace anymore because they're always with someone new. My mom has probably my mom I think has already found her peace. She already knows what she wants to do with her life. For her, I'm not so sure.
Iconic.
They'll never be able to settle.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I'm so proud of my mom for settling.
Sorry, I just want to show that. Okay, anyways. Okay, guys. So I'm talking about when I came out, my coming out story. This is a big deal for me. So no one has ever, like, no one knows about this, like, at all. Besides, like, me and, like, my mom and my dad. So basically, it all started when I started dating this girl. Well, first, I dated this girl. Her name was Savannah. But my parents didn't know, and I never got caught. But then we broke up because, like, distance or whatever, and we were just like, she was moving away, and it just didn't make sense for us to stay together. Okay, so then I started dating this girl. Her name is Emily. If you don't know the story, then
I know the story.
I will be leaving the names, by the way. So basically this girl, I'll say E, this girl E, like, I was dating this guy, and then me and this guy broke up, and then she confessed to me, because she was one of the guy's friends, she confessed to me that she had, like, a crush on me or whatever, so then we started talking, we started dating, right? Then one day she goes on a trip with her best friend. we'll say K. K, when I tell y'all, K is a fucking whore. To the max. Like, this bitch is sitting there. She's like, so like, obviously me and Eve did not live in the same state, right? But we did like visit each other before. Like, we have like hung out and shit, like in real life. And when I tell y'all, Kay, the best friend, this girl was going left and right trying to home wreck our relationship. I was like, girl, are you in love with your best friend or what? But she was supposedly straight. And not to be rude, but this girl wasn't the best looking. Like, she had blonde. She had, you know how Viper's bob looks like? I'll put a picture on the screen. You know how Viper's bob looks like? That's how her hair looked like, but it was blonde. She's
like a lesbian.
Yep. That's why I was like, you're straight. So she had a bad bob. A blonde bad bob, right? And then she was like 6'2". That bitch was big. She was skinny, but she was really fucking tall. So bitch, I was like, hell no. Okay, so then there was this day where E and K went on a trip together by themselves. And I was like, oh no. Right? That I wasn't gonna trust him. So I was telling you, I was like, do not go on the trip with her. Because apparently Kay was having like a sleepover party for her birthday. But it was just K and E. So... And if y'all don't know what goes on at a girl sleepover, we get naked in front of each other. Like, girl, like a lot of shit. Like a lot of lesbian shit goes on. Like, all my female friends have seen my boobs. Like, that's just 100%.
So if some of your gay friends.
Who?
Vincent.
No, he didn't see. He touched my boob, and that was harassment. That was not funny. Anyways, so then, like, girl, it was bad. I was like, if you go to that fucking camp, I'm like, I'm breaking up with you. We're done. Like, I'm not. I know how she is, and I don't trust you enough to fucking... Because you're too nice of a person to tell her no. And tell her, like, set boundaries with her. So she ended up going on the trip, right? And I was, like, really fucking, like, I was pissed. And I was really going through it. So tell me why she, like, sends me a letter in the mail. An apology letter. Okay? And let me tell you, we're dating. Me and E are dating. But my parents don't know. Right? This is, like, a secret. She sends me like an apology love letter, which I think I still have it. Okay, so I do actually still have the letters, but due to personal reasons, I will not be showing them because I thought I was ready to like tell the world and show him, but I'm not. But I do still have them. Should I try and look for it?
Maybe after, and you can import
I'll
it.
read it. Yeah, I'll read it to y'all. So basically, so she had sent me this love letter, and my parents, you know how Mexican parents are, right? They fucking, they'll open the mail.
Nosy as fuck.
They opened it, right? And my mom was toxic. Like, now she's more open, but when I was, like, younger, she was toxic. So she fucking had the audacity to open my letter, read it, and she glued it back together, like the flat part, and then she gave it to me as if she didn't open it. And she was like, "What is this?" She was like, "You got a letter from someone," she's like, "You got mail from someone. What is it?" And when I tell you, I was like, I shit my pants.
Like pussy lips puckered.
No, like, yeah, I was dying on the inside. I was like, oh fuck, like, oh shit. So I didn't read it, right? So then I wake up, get ready for everything. Then me and my mom are going to the store. Fast forward, at the end of the day, I did read the letter, but when I tell you, my mom, she's like, so what was that? Who sent you mail? What was that letter about? And it was just me, my mom, and my dad in the car. She waited till I had nowhere to go. Like, she waited till I couldn't dip out. So I was sitting in the backseat like this. Like, I'm on my phone. She's like, well, who was that letter from? Bitch, I was gagged. I was like sitting like this.
Acting as if like you didn't know.
I was like, oh, I didn't read it. And she's like, oh, you didn't? And she was like, okay. And then I was like, well, actually, I did read it. It was just I fucked up, bro. I fucked up so bad. Because, like, I was such a bad liar, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I still am, but. So she's like, oh, so what is it from? I lied and I told her, oh, it was a late Christmas gift and my friends were just telling me.
What month was it? What month was
January. No, actually, it might have been February, actually. So it was just a late, like, Christmas card. No, it was just like, I told her, I was like, it was just a late Christmas card, right? She was like, Ruby, I'm gonna ask you one more time. What was in the letter?
And you shit yourself.
I was dead. I was like, oh, she knows. Yeah, like, I should have known that when a woman asks a question, it's probably because they already know the answer. And they're just trying to see if you lied to them or not. So then she was like, Ruby, what is the letter? And I was just like, I told you what it was. Like, I was really trying to gaslight her and convince her. Right? She's like, Ruby, I read the letter. Who is Emily? I was gagged. I was in the back seat. Girl, I was literally so scared of her that she was gonna fucking hit me and abuse me.
Did you burst out into tears?
I started crying. And when I tell you, so like the old car that I had in the moment, it was like the front seat. So it was like the drivers, and then there was a middle row, and then there was the back row, right? And then there was a trunk. Like, it was a big SUV. I ran from the middle row all the way to the back, and I started crying in the back seat. I was literally crying in the back seat, fucking telling her, I was like, no, it's not. And then she's like, Ruby, tell me what the fuck is going on, right? She's like, Ruby, I need you to fucking tell me. And she was like, you better tell me before your dad gets back. And I remember sitting in the fucking Whataburger parking lot and like shitting bricks because my dad's like walking back from picking up the food. And I'm like, oh fuck. So then I'm crying. My dad comes in, he's like, what's going on? My mom tells him, catches him up, right? I'm shitting bricks in the back seat. I'm literally fucking crying. I'm hoping that she doesn't. And then she's like, Ruby, tell me now. Tell me now, or when we get home, you're really gonna get it. You have until from now till we go in the driveway to fucking tell me what's happening. I'm like, fuck. I'm trying to come up with excuses, but I can't. So I just end up telling her the truth, right? And I was crying while I was doing it. I was like, I think I'm not straight. Like, it was bad. I was like, Mom, I think I'm not straight. I was like, I think I like girls. And she looked at me like, Ruby, are you for real? Like, are you serious? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, I'm bi. Are you gonna accept me? And she said, you know what she told me? Bro, I was gagged. She was like, Ruby, don't act like that. It's just a fucking face. I was gagged. I'm not even joking when she told me that. She told me it was a fucking phase, and she was like, your cousin went through the same thing, crying, telling her mom that she was gay and that she liked girls, but then she went back to being straight within a week.
I feel like when they say it's just a phase, I feel like they went through an era themselves where they liked pussy.
Maybe. But I don't want to ask her that, bitch. If I ask her that, she's gonna smack me in the face. Anyways.
No, because I was talking to my stepdad and I was like he's like very masculine, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like he works a blue collar job, everything else.
Why did you deepen your voice when you said that?
What do you mean?
You said he's very masculine.
Well, I'm sorry. Anyways, So like he's very masculine, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling him, I was like, I don't even know why people are homophobic. Da, 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 da. Like everyone has a gay thought at least once in their life, and he agreed.
Oh,
Because it's the truth.
it is the truth. But yeah, so then she was like, Ruby, it's just a phase. Like, don't be acting like that. But she was saying it like in a really bitchy thing while I was crying. Because I was so scared to come out because like when I tell you my family, like not my intermediate family, but like, well, yes, my intermediate, but like my cousins and my tias and my tios and shit, they are so homophobic, bro. They're like those fucking, oh, praise Jesus. If it's not in the Bible, it's not right. Bitch. Hold on. So anyways, so then I was like, oh shit. And I just cried all the way home. I was just crying in the
Did you
back
still
of the
get an
seat.
ass whooping?
No, she didn't say anything to me after that. So I think that night, like, it really, like, sat with her, right? And then the next morning, I brought it up. And I told her, I was like, you tell me that you have a bunch of gay friends and that you love them and that you love hanging around with gay people. But when I tell you that I'm bi, you tell me that you think it's just a phase and you invalidated my feelings and that was not nice for you. And I was basically telling her, I was like, I didn't want to tell you like this. Like, I wanted to wait till I was ready to tell you. And what else did I say? I was like, oh, you going through my mail and having to find out this way sucks, but it also sucks you forcing me to tell you when I wasn't ready, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, dude, what the fuck? So then I guess like that whole day and like the week after that, she like sat through it and then finally like she came to apologize. And now because I think she went through it with me, like because when my sister came out as non-binary, I feel like and Pan, she's like very more open to it. Like, she's very more understanding because she went through it with me. And that's why whenever I tell people, oh, yeah, like, I have trauma with my parents that my siblings don't, it's because everything that I had to go through with my parents, my siblings didn't. Because they already went through it with me.
That's the cool thing about being an older sibling, because you pave the way.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool for you? You mean that's the cool thing about being a younger sibling? Because you don't have to...
I'm an older sibling.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what you mean. That's the cool thing about being a younger sibling. Because
no,
like,
it's cool about being older. Like, I know, like you go through a lot of shit as an older sibling, but at the same time, you're protecting your younger siblings.
No, because tell me why. I seen this TikTok and it was like basically about moving out and leaving your younger siblings with like in a toxic household. Girl, the way I started bawling, I got flashbacks up in this hoe. It was so bad. But yeah, now it's okay. Now if I tell my parents that I'm like talking to a girl, they don't really care. They're just like, as long as you happy. But when I tell you that night, I will never lie to. I never lied to my mom again. Never, bitch. I was traumatized. Like now, like when I drink, when I smoke, when I do anything, I tell her, because the moment I don't, oh, I know she's gonna find out one way or another. Because I feel like when she was younger, and she was like her parents were like strict or whatever, I feel like she was a wild child. I feel like she did a lot
so
of
she
shit.
already knows all the secrets.
Yeah.
I feel like the stricter your parents are, then the more wild the kid's gonna be.
Yeah, but then I feel like if they're wild when they're younger, they're more like constructive when they get older.
Mm-hmm.
So
unless you go down the wrong path and you become a drug addict. What?
I was gagged.
I had to comprehend what you just said. I was like, I love how it's so delayed. I was like,
He said, bitch, what? Before we get into Sage's story, I just want to give a little trigger warning, as this part of the episode gets very deep and emotional, and it talks about a lot of stuff that can be triggering for some people. So just watch with discretion and at your own risk.
So how do I explain this? Okay. I like grew okay. So obviously I've already expressed that growing up I didn't have a very well like I didn't have a support system. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I was constantly moving around, switching schools, whatever. My mom was not in a good place. And I was living with my mom. When I was younger, my dad had signed over all rights to me so that he didn't have to pay child support. Um, and because of this, it was kind of just like me and my mom and my other siblings, which is okay. So my oldest sister L, my second oldest sister N, then it's me, and then my little sister X.
Mhm.
So, I like for a while, like it was all of us, and then because of the constant, not like it was in a good environment. I was too young to understand that. Like I don't know, I was probably like at this time period, like from the ages of like before preschool up until second grade.
Mhm.
And so my oldest sister ran away, L, and then N kind of stayed with me for a little bit, and so did X. So it was kind of just us three. And my sister N has been sick since birth. Like they didn't know what was wrong with her as soon as she was born, but they knew something was up. Um, so that's another reason why my mom wasn't a great support system, because she was dealing with the issues of having a sick child. So, down the line, my sister, so it's kind of just me and N for a little bit. Like we're literally raising each other. Like we're here for each other. We're stuck together. It's just us. And then sadly, she was taken away by her father. And then my little sister X was taken away by her father. So it was just me and my mom.
Mhm.
Because nobody wanted me. And so I'm stuck with my mom, and I'm going to school and everything. I start acting out. I'm throwing chairs at teachers, punching, hitting kids. Like I would literally trap kids between desks and chairs, crawl under them, and like start hitting them. And then it got so like because I was angry. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you were giving those kids
Okay, if I have it, then they need it too.
You know that
Sharing
story?
is
I
caring.
love your mind thought.
You know that story I talked about yesterday where the kid threw he was throwing the chairs and shit? That's what that gave me flashbacks to. You are a duplicate of that kid.
No, I literally threw a chair at my teacher.
They're probably
I wish I could
thinking
throw a chair at
now,
my teacher,
they're like, y'all remember
honestly.
that one kid that I taught in whatever grade and he like threw a chair? Trauma.
Yeah.
Trauma.
Anyways, so
Not that. It's fine.
I'm going to school and everything. I have a girlfriend every other week. I dumped them because they wanted to be a princess villager, and they didn't want to be a normal they didn't want to be a normal villager while I was Steve. So anyways, that's just how it was
What
back
does that
then.
mean?
We used to play Minecraft on the playground, and I was Steve, and these bitches had to be the villagers so I could trade with them. But no,
So
this
you
bitch
could-
wanted to be a princess villager. I said there are no princess villagers, bitch.
You had recess in high school? Oh wait, no, you were in elementary. I
This
thought
was
you
in
said high.
second grade.
I know, because I thought you said high school earlier.
No, I said preschool through second grade.
Okay.
So all of this happened when I was young,
Mhm.
like young. So, anyways, then I started going to counseling at the school because they realized something was up. I'm around this time I'm starting to realize like this is not okay. Then I start telling them what my mom's been doing.
Oh.
And then so yeah, I basically snitched out my mom. And to this day, my mom
Right.
like still kind of hates me for it. Which explains why I get treated differently than all my other siblings.
Okay, fuck
But-
that bitch.
So, My mom, I just remember her like for like the longest time it was just me and my mom. But like I still loved my mom, you know what I mean? And I still do. I always will. So like the last thing I remember before seeing her go or me leaving, being forced to leave, was her sending me with her friend. I thought it was just gonna be a sleepover. The cops were outside my house, but the cops were a common occurrence for me, so like I didn't think too much of it. And my mom was crying, and she said, "I love you. Like I'll come back. I promise." And then I said, "Okay, I love you." She said it was just gonna be a 3-day night stay. And then one night passes. I'm like, I want to go see my mom. 2 nights pass. I'm gonna go see my mom. 3 nights pass. I'm gonna go see my mom. 4 nights pass. And then she was like, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna go take you to your auntie's. And I said, okay, I'll go with my auntie. They didn't tell me what was going on until like 3 years later. Like I was left in the dark.
I can understand that because I feel like as a parent, you don't really want to. Well, not even as a parent. Like I wouldn't want to hear news about my mom from my mom's friend because that's kind of like.
Yeah, but kid, when I'm going to my auntie's, my auntie could have told me.
Yeah, she could have.
But I didn't know until like 3 years later. And while I was living with my auntie, I was constantly abused. Like I couldn't do anything. Like they were getting money from me.
Oh.
Like they were getting money from the government and from my mom for me. None of it went to me. I had all hand-me-downs. Always wearing clothes that couldn't fit me. I had bruises all over me. You know what I mean? Like it was not okay.
Yeah.
And so that sent me into a dark place. And then my mom comes back one day. And everything's perfect. I'm with my mom. She's doing great.
Mm-hmm.
Then we went and got X back. And we're living at my grandma's house. So my older sister Elle is there too, because that's where she ran away to when we were younger. It was my grandma's house.
Yeah.
So there's already Elle and X. So I'm like, oh my God, everything's coming together.
Yeah,
you know that picture in that green shirt that I showed you when I was like younger?
Mm-hmm.
That's I think that was like the second day that I got back with my mom.
Mm.
So then we get N back after like a year or two, and everything's going great, you know?
Yeah.
And then my mom meets a guy, we'll call him D, and he's great. He accepts me for who I am. He accepts my sister N for who she is, because my sister N is lesbian. Anyways, so
faggots. I hate you faggots. You're so annoying.
This is a reminder to everyone that we are LGB. Do not.
Anyways, as I was saying, so everything's going great. We move into this new house, which is the room I'm in right now. And then my sister has to start going into more surgery because she's getting worse. She's put on oxygen permanently now. She can't take it off.
Mm-hmm.
And we think we found the source of her problem. That she had something wrong with her kidney, where the entrance and the exit was tied together.
Oh.
So they went and they separated those two in surgery, and then she seems like she's doing better. Like everything's great. She's being able to get up and walk around now, and she's moving. She's happy. And then one morning, I'm laying in my bed and I wake up to screaming. And I hear everyone yelling, and I'm panicking because as soon as I woke up, I knew what was going on.
Yeah.
And my sibling X, and then my stepbrother D, they walk into my room. They say, "Do you know what's happening?" I shook my head no, because I refused to believe what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I hid under the covers because it's what I've always done since I was younger, to protect myself from anything. And for the first time in a long time, I started praying. And then I hear more screaming. I hear my mom begging for my sister back. And right then is when I knew, like, she's gone.
Yeah,
and I'm
I
not
feel
gonna
like
have her back.
that's like really common for like medical wise. I feel like that's like I forgot what it's called, but it's like a theory that whenever people are about to pass away, they get like a
It's called an
moment
energy
of
surge.
there you go. They get like a moment of like rejuvenation. Like they get like they're really active, they're really happy, like almost back to normal. And then because I remember there was this one girl where that one of my friends, she had her tia was like really like she had cancer, and so she was like about to pass away, right? But like she started calling out for her husband and tell you her husband died in a car accident. So she was like, she got up, she was cooking lunch, like she's like, I gotta get ready, I have guests coming over, and her nurse is like, who's coming over? And she's like, oh, my husband, like you can't wait to meet him, like da da da, he's so amazing. And then they're like the next day, or I don't know if it's the next day, but 2 days later she passed away.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah.
So then they're telling me like you need to come out of your room. And I come out there and I see her laying on the floor in the walkway, not moving. And you guys would be surprised how pale someone can turn after they pass and
Oh,
how
yeah.
quickly it is.
How quickly the color fades, yeah.
It's so quick. And I had no idea. Like, and I never thought like I'd be walking out into my living room and see someone who I've held dearest for many years just unable to move and just like finally gone.
Like lifeless.
And I know like she believes in heaven and everything, and I know wherever she believes she's going.
Mm-hmm.
And like I know she's healthy now. And I know she's happy now.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it was a day or two after she had passed. I had a dream. So in our car, she has this one seat that she will literally throw hands for me with. Like that's her seat. And I'm like, no, it's my seat. I'm taking the seat. She's like, no, get out. So in my dream, I'm running to the seat and she's sitting in my seat, in her seat. And I said, I gasped. I say, you're back? And she said, no, but I just wanted to tell you that I love you and I miss you. And kind of I don't remember what else happened after that, but I remember going black. Then I woke up because like she keeps coming in my dreams and I keep hoping that she's back. And then I kind of realized like she's gone for forever. There's my little story on how my like life changed or whatever. I feel like yeah, everything's kind of just gotten worse from there. I feel like every day it's harder for me to fight.
Okay, I just want to say for Sage to open up like that, I am very proud of him to like open up and talk about it because it is something like very, really heartbearing. But when I heard Sage say this and talk about it, it broke my heart. So that's why in the next clip you will see me break into tears. Don't mind my ugly crying, but I just want you to know that that really got to me. And I want to say that if you're ever having struggles or you're ever fighting mental battles, there is always someone there for you to talk to. Just reach out, like say something. Don't fight it by yourself, okay? You are loved and you are supported.
But it's okay.
I feel like that's how life is like. It is. Like it gets worse before it gets better. You know?
Life will always throw you curveballs, and that you just gotta like really realize how you're gonna handle it.
I don't know. I feel like the only reason I've been alive this long was because of her. Like my number one goal has always been protect my family. And now that I failed at that, what do I do? Yeah.
Okay, wait, I'm trying to say this without crying. I feel like I gotta breathe. If you're sitting here and you're like living today, right? I'm gonna start crying. It's kind of like you just kind of have to like live for her, you know? Because if she's sitting there, like if you're sitting there, right, and you're fighting like all these thoughts like mentally, and you're sitting there, and I've like, the reason I'm crying is because like I've gone through this before, like, right? Obviously. So you're sitting there and you're like, oh yeah, like I'm fighting all these thoughts, like it's really getting to me. You gotta kind of think like she's not more of like, oh yeah, she's the reason I was living, but more of like, oh, she's the reason I want to live. Like I want her to live through me, and I want her to live, like I want to live for her. Because she didn't get to have that full experience of like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's kind of like more of whenever you have those thoughts, you just have to like really like sit down, and it is normal to like cry and like think about it, and like, because everyone goes through it, but like to like sit there and be like, oh yeah, you just have to like kind of change your mindset on and the way you think, because without that, it's more of like you're thinking more of the negative and about what you think it is than what it could be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But like after it happened, I've been in disassociation for so long. You know what I mean?
Which it's
And
normal,
I think
and
I'm-
it's like yes, validate your feelings. It's like it's okay.
It's gotten to the point to where now I'm falling in and out of it. So I realize it's going on, but I don't know if I want to fight it. Because I'd rather be mindless than constantly thinking about if she were here.
Well, think about it this way: if you're like constantly mindless and you never like actually sit down and face the fact, like all those feelings, it's just gonna get worse and worse.
Yeah.
So like to just think of like just like one day take time, not for anybody else, but more for yourself, so you can sit there and go through those emotions and go through those thoughts of like, oh yeah. Because if you don't come to terms with it yourself, then it's just like gonna chip more and more and more and get worse by the
I feel like one of the worst parts of the situation is my mom has been devalued, like how do I say this? Pushing down our emotions and putting hers above everyone else's.
Yeah.
Like this one's embarrassing. I was at school. I get on the bus.
No.
I get on the
know this
bus.
story.
I look down and there's a fucking hole in my pants. Big ass fucking hole. You can see my dick and balls falling out my pants. And so I'm like, I text my mom and I'm like, Mom, there's a hole in my pants. And she's like, oh, I don't even know why you're sitting over here. You're being such an inconvenience to everyone. Da 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 da. Like, I gotta go to work soon. And I'm like, bro, I'm literally just asking if you could bring me a pair of pants. Like, I was trying to make light out of the situation. I didn't know there was a hole in my pants until I sat down. She was like, it's because you're always staying up late. And if you weren't staying up late, then you were on your game. You've slept in. And I said, Mom, like, I'm serious. I did not sleep in. I was not on my game. I woke up early. I went to bed early. Like, what more do you want from me? And she's like, you're making everyone's life harder. My daughter just died. And that's when I snapped. I said, are you serious? Yeah, I understand your daughter's dead, but my sister's dead. Like, do you not understand that? Like, we're all going through something. It's not everything's about you.
Yeah. Which, I mean, like, I get it, because like as her being your mom, like, I feel like not to support trauma bonding or anything, because I don't support that, because that's kind of like toxic and it's like bad, like it for like at the end of the day. But like, you would think that like, oh yeah, like you would understand how I'm feeling, right? Because you feel the same, like you understand what I'm going through because you went through it too, type of like situation. But yeah.
Yeah, there's my little life-changing story.
Okay, so I changed in my life happened with a divorce. Ruby, what happened with yours again? You had to change your life with coming out, and Sage, it seems like you also had to change your life with your sister. So I think this also just goes to show that like your life can change in so many ways, whether it be like the little slightest inconvenience to like a big change in your life, it always changes in your life. And I think the best thing to know, I think what matters the most now is just how you deal with it and like what you do like to move on for it from
To
like the
move
change that's going
on,
on.
yes.
Basically how to
from
move
day to
on.
day.
Whether
Because,
it be
like-
from like yeah.
Because I feel like us telling our story today, it's not of like more of like, oh my god, like I'm like sharing the story. It's more of like, okay, this happened, so now I'm doing this. I'm talking through it. I'm getting over it. I'm coming like, how do you say it? Like, I'm
Moving
working.
on.
Breaking
I'm
free.
Working through it.
Oh,
Soaring.
I don't like how you
No?
said that, and mine was a coming out story.
Oh,
Anyways, so like it's more of like us like working around it and being like, okay, yes, this happened, but now I'm not focusing on that. I'm focusing on what's going to happen in the future. Because if you're sitting there and you're so self-conceited about what happened in the past, you're gonna keep bringing yourself back and back and back, and you're never gonna be able to move on and move forward. So, yeah. Alert.
Well, on that
Sorry.
note, like, yeah, I think it's just what basically what Ruby said.
Yeah.
On that note, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and make sure to subscribe, and make sure you give us some ideas on what you think we should talk about next time.
Exactly.
With that, I'm Rem,
I'm Ruby.
and I'm Sage.
and thank
And
you for
guys for
watching.
watching. Bye. Okay.
I was
Ruby with big boobs.
Big boobs.
I was gonna say that 2020 Vision City Girl.
2020 Vision City girls winning, copping us bullshit. Bitch, we winning.
Okay, let's go. Ready?
Ruby. Are your snowflakes made of paper?
No, they're made of foam. Look.
Oh, she ripped that shit. She's like, ay.
What I was quoting. She was like, "Why power? Why is my mic so freaking close?"
He
All
said.
right. Okay.
Hi guys. It's Ruby.
And Ram.
And Sage. I was confused.
I thought as what? Came out as a faggot.
No, I'm sorry. The hole in the pants. When you said there was a hole in my pants and you said my dick and my balls were out and Rem's face. Oh my
He said-
god, that shit. He said jaw drop.
He said, when am I getting a picture?
Girl, what the fuck?